My grandma on my mom's side has breast cancer.
Great aunt had breast cancer.
Grandmother has breast cancer.
My grandma had breast cancer.
My best friend's grandma had breast cancer.
Aunt had breast cancer.
I had a friend of the family who had breast cancer.
My great aunt had breast cancer. My grandmother had breast cancer.
Breast cancer is evident in most people's lives. In mine it has been evident in more than 5 family members and continues to be evident today as my aunts are survivors and in remission. Looking at these pictures just gives me a better idea of the past and gives me some hope for the future.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and for many retail stores, the hints of pink sometimes mean dollar bills, not awareness.
I think it's good because it increases awareness, but at the same time, the shirts are pink, and it's almost like it's like a friendly type of disease that you can have. Like, I feel like when you are looking at these shirts and stuff, you're like, oh, you know, let's not have breast cancer. But it's like people don't think about, like, you can actually die from this, and it's just like hanging up. Like, you don't see shirts for like AIDS or like testicular cancer like hanging up in stores.
Has brought up awareness, I do. But the barriers remain, and the underserved women in our country that still aren't getting the screens is still a big problem. Mm-hmm. Still a big problem, because I would say, well, on average, every day here, every working day here at the Krause Breast Center, we diagnose 2 cancers every day. So that's about 500 cancers a year. Okay? So in my 20 years, that's 10,000 cases. Wow. That's a lot of cases. Yeah. And that's just Krause. That doesn't include the other facilities in town. Yeah. So you grow weary of seeing the patient who presented with an advanced disease that you know in your gut, boy, if she had come in 2 years before, if she'd been screened properly, this wouldn't have happened. And you know that seeing a patient with the advanced disease, she's not going to do very well. Yeah. It's going to take her life. And you know, it can be upsetting. It can bring you down. You know, we have the month of October, but what does that really do? I mean, it raises awareness, but it doesn't reach out to that individual patient and get them screened.
It's support that is highly needed. According to the American Cancer Society, nearly 40,000 women could die from breast cancer this year alone.
It's not real until you know somebody that goes through it. You can hear all kinds of stories on the news, or you can read the newspaper, and you know, or you can see the people that are doing the walks, and you know, like, oh, you know, another breast cancer walk or another, you know, charity walk or whatever. But until you know somebody that actually, you see them and you know them and what they go through, and you see how sick they become with the chemo and the radiation, and you know, you're there for them, and it's not real until, and then it's still hard to imagine having to go through that.
He's slowly overcoming it.
My grandmother is a survivor of breast cancer.
She survived it.
Survivor.
My great aunt was just diagnosed with breast cancer over the summer, and I'm proud to say that she is now 100% breast cancer free.